Hello, Leo. How are you? This is going to be a general reading for yourself, sign of Leo, for Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Rising, whatever it is, for the month of June 2025. So I hope you're doing well, Leo. This month we are using the pocket size edition of The Wild Unknown, and we're going to be using pulling a card from the Oracle of Victorian Symbols and Gothic Tales by Maria Alves Hernando. What have we got? So what have you been up to, Leo? How's life been? How's your hair? I always like to ask Leo placements that. How's your hair? So alright. Okay, let's see what we have got. Right, Leo. Leo, we have got transformation. Ooh. This is joyful. It feels joyful energy. It feels like it's a message coming that these difficulties that you've been facing over the past while, that have just seemed like one after the other, just blow after blow after blow. It feels like it's all part of this bigger transformation plan of you, of your, right from your inner self right to the outside. It feels very much where it's just something that's really, really important in this stage of your process, has been really, really important. And it's not necessarily the fact that to go through the challenging, painful things has been important. It's more the lessons at the end of it. And unfortunately, because I think because you're a fixed sign, Leo, it's had to be this extreme. And I'm really sorry about that, Leo, because as a fellow fixed sign, it is not easy. It's not easy being a fixed sign. So we shall see, but we'll see how this transformation unfolds within the reading properly. Okay, and we'll see we'll see if we get any cards that kind of mimic the energy transformation. There's a couple. Let's have a look. Any cards for Leo, please? What energies can Leo expect in June 2025, please? Oh, right. I'm going to take that. The Son of Pentacles and the Lovers. So we're going to take them, Leo, right? Because you're just a bit extra, so we can have some extra cards for you. Let's see. Well, we have got the Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot, Death, Seven of Pentacles, Fool, Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, the Mother of Cups, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the World. Wow. And at the bottom of the deck, we have got the Five of Pentacles. Now, Aries was interesting. I know you're Leo. I know, don't worry. And what was interesting about Aries was they get the Fool in that exact position. So, if you are working with, involved with, in any shape or form with Aries, this to me feels like confirmation that it's the right thing. Okay. Now where am I going to start? Let me see. I'm going to take a drink because, Leo, I am really struggling with my throat, so please, I beg your forgiveness if you hear any silences during this video. That's the reason why. And I never edit my videos because I don't think it's right to edit a reading So what's happening here? It's slow. There's a slow burn. And obviously June is the month mainly of Gemini. So the lovers represent Gemini. We've also got a Chariot which represents Cancer. And the sign of Cancer. And that's what's coming up next after Gemini season. So that feels pretty significant for you, Leo. And then of course it's your good selves. It's time for Leo season. It's time for the most fabulous hair that the zodiac has ever seen. I'm just going to try and move these up a wee bit. Let's see if I can. See, I've got a new phone, Leo, and it's like, see, trying to get my angles proper and get to the new phone again. Right. Okay, so we've got a lot of major arcana activity going on, right? We have got the World, we've got the Fool, we've got Death, we've got the Chariot. And it feels to me right on that transformation, you know. I mean, these are cards of transformation. I mean, Death, the World, you know, you go through the portal of the World and you go to the Fool. The Chariot card is like, that's a journey, you know, it's taking you on some kind of transformation. We could even argue that the Lovers is a form of transformation, because if we look at it as potentially meeting somebody, there's potentially somebody new coming into our lives, be it romantic or be it non-romantic, you know, be it platonic. There is a form of transformation that happens when new energy comes into our lives. In fact, I'm just going to put that in here. God, my OCD is so bad. But that's where the energy could be coming from. Now this, it feels like, it definitely feels more emotional. It feels more emotional than physical. Even though we get a pretty, you know, we get a pretty even distribution of energies, but what's really interesting is there is no swords and there is no wands in these cards. Now, what that indicates to me is, Leo, even though you're a fire sign and, you know, it's like that's masculine energy, the month of June is asking you, very clearly asking you, to lean into the feminine. Lean into the divine feminine. Now, whether that is, like, whether it's not gender specific, right? The energy that we talk about is, we have get aspects of both in ourselves, you know. It's like you can be very much a female and you're in your masculine energy, you know, and vice versa, you know. It's not gender specific, and I want to make that clear. We are like I always kind of see it's like a pendulum. And it's like sometimes we kind of head more towards the masculine side of our energy or the feminine side of our energy. So this month it feels very much where the feminine is out for you, Leo, whereby, you know, leaning into that dark feminine energy. It feels right to do so. You've also got 2 sevens, well, you get 3 sevens because you get a Chariot as well. And whilst I don't always do loads of stuff with numerology, the sevens feel, they feel significant. They feel that it's, you know, it feels very much where it's a choice to move. It's a choice of movement. So that's what it feels like. So you can either choose to stay where you are, Leo, or you can choose to go wherever the universe is asking you to go. That feels like what it is, you know. It's like, I'm just actually writing down the name of that. The choice of movement. because that's what I'm going to call your video. So it is. Right, that unscheduled peek behind the curtain there, Leo. But yeah, that's what it feels like. You know, it feels like there's this, you've reached a point where, you know what, it's time. You know, and again, that chariot having the pentacle round its neck, you know, that horse having, yeah. But you know what's the thing is, you know what's just came into my mind here, Leo, is the way that what you would call what necklace is on that horse. See when somebody is riding bridleless. And I only know this because I watch a lot of YouTube horse riding videos, right, or horse videos. And if somebody is riding their horse like bareback and bridleless, they have like a kind of, it's like a kind of rope thing, right? And it's very soft. It's not like a rope to cut into them, but it's very soft rope and it's tied, and that's where it goes. They put it over the horse's head and it falls obviously to the bottom of its neck. And that's the only thing that they use, that the rider uses, you know, to have, to basically hold on to the horse. And they do all this incredible stuff, you know, and the horses are, like, they do it willingly. So that's coming through. So, I mean, if somebody's asking you to move this month, Leo, whether it's move physically, move emotionally, move to start something new, move to be reborn, it feels very much like they will not do it, or you will not do it unless you want to do it. You know, it's that kind of a saying as well, where, well, you can take the horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. And that's what that energy feels like, the way it's coming through with that chariot. And if we follow the chariot down, so the chariot is taking you towards this new thing. And by taking you through that new thing, it's going to lead you to the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups there is choices. Everything within each cup is filled with a different choice. But you don't necessarily know what the choice is until you choose a cup. That's the great conundrum of that card, in my opinion. You know, it's like you just don't know. So what are you going to do? And I think that just the extremities here, you know, the fact that you've got the World and you've got the Fool, it's really kind of asking you, well, you know, are you going to hurry up and get to the finish and make the decision to make the change, and then we can move you on, and we can teach you new things, you know, and it could be like of the emotional kind, the emotional pathways, because we've got this Fool card and we've got the Son of Cups, and they're looking in the same direction. So is there somebody coming into your life, Leo? Is there somebody in your life that you feel like you can trust? That you feel that you can trust to follow them, right? You can follow them, I don't know, you can follow them to the ends of the earth. Why not? Why the hell not? Let's just go for all the cliches. And I think that regardless of that, I think as long as you keep your wits about you, Leo, then you'll be absolutely fine. I mean, I know you're not supposed to, I know you're not exactly used to following. Because you're a leader. You know, you're a natural born leader. But sometimes if we don't know things, then we follow the person who does. I just want to apologise for the wind. It seems to be going a bit mental. So I hope you can't hear this, but just in case you can. So Leo, you know, this Mother of Cups, this is the Queen of Cups. It's as if she's there and she's wanting to help you. You know, the Queen of Cups in this sense, she feels very nurturing. You know, it's like acknowledging you, it's like that kind of wing out there, it's like a kind of a like, oh, there, you're okay. You know, you'll be okay, Leo. Things have been difficult, but there's this transformative process that is going on right now within you, and it's like you're not quite in a cocoon state. It's no like that. It feels a lot more subtle than that, to be honest with you, Leo. You know, it's like maybe people have noticed for the outside, oh, you're going through such a hard time just now, Leo. And they don't quite understand to what extent is happening, you know. So yeah, that's what it feels like. But honestly, Leo, I think June's a turning point. June's a turning point in your narrative where it changes. Because we're as far away from that Five of Pentacles there as possible. That's at the bottom of the deck. You get the Son of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles, and the Lovers there. They were the cards that jumped out. And I feel like they're just saying the changes are there, it's just going to be slow. There's slow changes, but anything worth doing is worth doing right. Okay, Leo, so if you're not already subscribed, I would love you to subscribe. And remember, I upload every Sunday evening for the week ahead reading, and I will see you in July. Okay, bye.